look at the crowd, waving their flags. They really want to do business. I'm going to sit them down with one of our regular dealers. They're going to try and tempt them with a cash offer on the table today.
£450, £500, Amanda.
No, I think you can go higher.
I thought me and you had a rapport, Amanda.
I know, but this is business.
I will be on hand at all times to help and advise. The smiling faces are ready. They brought along their treasures. You know why they're here. They want to walk away with the real deal.
The antiques and collectibles have been rolling in thick and fast. We're with Tim Hogarth, and Carol's hoping he'll prove to be a willing buyer for her gunpowder flasks.
They've been sat in the garage for years, so I thought I'd bring them in to see if we can get some money for them.
Let's see if the sparks fly.
2 gunpowder flasks.
Yeah.
Now, they can't be ours, Carol, can they?
They were handed down to my husband from his gran.
Because they're boys' toys, aren't
Yeah.
they, really? And I'm going to ask you, do you like them?
Not really.
Not really. No. So let's just have a look at them. This is the nicest one. And on here we have got a bit of carnage, really, haven't we, when you look at it? We've got a dead hare, and we've got some pheasants, grouse, and then we've got the name James Dickinson and Sons. James Dickinson is a factory in Sheffield. I'm not sure whether it's still going, but they do a lot of silver plate and silverware and that. Very, very good name in the silver industry of plated wares. But obviously, these are copper, they're not silver plate, and they would have never been plated. I would say, looking at this looks a little bit earlier. This might be 1830, 1840. Okay. This one's a bit later, 1870, 1880. But this is the commercial one, really, because it's got this, I was going to say pretty scene.
It's quite decorative.
Yeah, it is decorative, and it's typical of its period, really, you know, typical Victorian. So, if I bought this today, what are you going to spend the money on?
Well, I'm going to put it towards going on a holiday.
Right. So it's a deposit for a holiday,
yeah.
right? £50.
That's nice.
It's lovely.
I haven't seen one of these.
Well, you're tempted, aren't you? I can tell, I can tell.
It's like poker, this.
It is a bit like poker.
It is, and I'm not very good at poker.
I gathered that, you know, Carol. Just gathered that.
Is that your last offer?
Well, it will only be a little bit. Because you're not good at this poker thing, are you?
No. Let's see how much is a little bit.
Well, I'm going to the bottom of that. £60.
Deal.
Deal. Lovely. You were so easy to deal with. Now, I like a box.
OK.
Yeah, so I'm going to offer you a tenner for the box.
Are you?
Regardless of what's inside.
All right, yes, you're welcome.
Have we got a deal then?
We've got a deal for a tenner.
I am now going to open the box.
OK.
Hey, that's a bit posh, isn't it?
It is. It is a beautiful piece.
Very, very nice. Now, tell me a little bit about it.
Well, it was an anniversary present from probably about 25 or 30 years ago. And, but I never wear it.
An anniversary present?
Yes.
A wedding anniversary present?
It was, yes.
Do you know you look too young to have a... You do, honestly.
You're not going to be buttering me up like that, Tim.
I'm trying, yeah. When it comes to the money, I mean, don't forget I owe you a tenner.
You do. I'll hold you to it.
Right. So, let's have a look. Very pretty, that. You don't need me to tell you who it's by, but obviously the people at home don't know who it's by. It's by a company called Jaeger LeCoultre.
Right.
I hope I've pronounced that correctly.
Yeah, that sounds it.
Which is a very, very good watchmaker, clockmakers, top drawer. And it's an 18-carat gold. And then round the bezel, we've got little diamonds and 2 cabochon cut rubies.
OK.
So cabochon is the cut of the stone, which means that it's just flat. as opposed to faceted.
Right, thank you.
So you didn't know that I knew all that, did you, Amanda?
No, well,
Are
there
you
you
impressed?
go. I've learned lots, yes, thank you.
So if you were to sell this, what would you be spending the money on?
Well, I'd love to take my children on a trip to New Zealand.
Right, have
It's
you got
something they want
family
to do.
there?
We've got family over there, yes.
So, are we ready?
We're ready, yes.
Right. 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350, £400.
I think it's a good opening offer.
Up. Hello, David.
I can see his eyes sparkling. What you have got there is a wonderful quality watch. What, 18 karat gold, I presume?
It is, David, yeah.
£400 to £600 is what they are saying.
Right.
The independent valuers. I'm going to say to you, I think they're being conservative, but it is a cocktail watch, and I have to defend Tim as well and say, cocktails aren't that easy. If it was an everyday ladies' watch like a diamond Rolex, I'd say, oh yes. So I think 4 to 6 is a realistic, quite low estimate. I think 400 is low. I'm going to leave you with Tim. His eyes are now, there's a little bit of watering in the corner of his eye.
It's a tear, that, David.
It was a tear. I think the tear was saying, damn. But I'm going to leave him with you to see if he comes to the party more. But that isn't any ordinary watch. That is the Jaeger LeCoultre.
You look really happy.
Oh, I'm cock-a-hoop. Right, £400. He's right, because he always is right, isn't he? Right. 450, £500, Amanda.
No, I think you can go higher.
I thought me and you had a rapport, Amanda.
I know, but this is business.
Right, we're not on this colour now. We're coordinating to another colour.
Okay.
520, 540. Now, bear in mind you're a tenner to the front.
Yeah.
You forgot about
Oh, no,
that.
but that's for the box. That's a separate thing. That was a separate deal.
560. Come on, man.
No.
580.
No.
Oh,
They can be careful with their money up there in Yorkshire. You know that, don't you? Get the other 20 in.
you should let me have this other 20 for a fish supper. That's what you should do, Amanda.
You can't
When you're on that plane to New Zealand.
You can't sit there with that pile of money and say that and get away
Yes,
with
I
it.
can. Yes, I can. You want 6, don't you? You're not going to settle for less,
No.
are you? Right, £600. And I nearly forgot, Amanda, a tenner for the box.
Thank
I nearly
you.
kept that for my fish supper. Have a lovely time in New Zealand.
We will do.
And thank you very much.
Thanks.
Now, you've got a very nice necklace and earrings.
Yes.
Go on, can you tell me a little bit about how you acquired them?
Yes, they were bought abroad. I think it was Dubai, but quite a while ago, about 20 years.
Let's just have a look at it and just see what carat of gold it is. It's higher than our gold. It's a 14 karat gold, is that? And you can tell by the colour of it, it's a little bit brighter in colour. Yeah. That one's marked as well, 14 karat, which the hallmark for 14 karat is 585. So that means that there's 585% of the 1,000 is pure gold in there.
Yes.
The difficult part is that it's more than likely going to end up being melted down. How do you feel about that?
It's a bit sad, but
Well,
hopefully.
I think of it a different way. You've got to look at it as it's sort of like, you know, recycling. So it could be made into something else very nice again,
Yes.
you know. So this is based on today's gold price as well. So you're going to have a lot of money here. So you ready?
Yes.
Stop me at any point, Irene. At any point you can stop
I will.
me. 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 3, 350, 4, 450, 5, 550, 6, 650, 7, 750, 8, 850, 9,
Stop you, yeah.
950, 10, £1,000, 1,050, 11, 1150, £1,200, Irene.
She's making my job very easy. Right, let me tell you what the independent valuers. There are two, obviously. There's the auctioneer and the independent valuers, but the auctioneer is in there at £1,000 to £1,400. I think the independents are a bit less. They're 11 to 12 or something like that. At £1,200, is that what's on there, Tim?
1,200, David, yeah.
In my opinion, I think 12 is fair for what is there. I don't think I could get you more by going to auction.
OK, thank you.
So, you've heard what David said. He's done all my work for me, really, hasn't he?
Yes, well, I'm going to deal it.
You're going to deal?
Yes, I'm happy with that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So what are you going to spend £1,200 on, Irene?
A nice holiday. Probably
Very
Dubai
nice.
again.
Probably Dubai again, buy a bit more gold and then come back
Sell
next
it to you.
year. Yeah. Lovely,
Yeah.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now, what is a young man doing with a diamond brooch like this?
Well, it belonged to my great-grandmother. We believe she had it since new. And it's just come down through the family, and it's my mother's, and she sent me along today to get rid of it.
Really?
So, yeah, part company.
Right, well, it's a diamond brooch, and it's a bit of a Bobby Dazzler, isn't it, to
It's pretty
coin
good,
a
yeah.
phrase, yeah. Now, these are all diamonds,
Yeah.
quite large diamonds here. These are going to be about 30 points. The diamond's weighed in 100
Yeah.
points to a carat.
Yes, indeed.
And it's set in platinum.
Yes.
Now, I couldn't see any marks on it, but you can definitely tell that it's platinum. It's got that very steely colour.
Right.
And obviously it's set in platinum to enhance the stones.
Okay.
And I would think, just by the style of it, that it's probably sort of 1940s, 1950s. Does that sort of fit in with your...
Great-grandmother was born in 1920s, so yeah, she would have been
Yeah.
about 20 when she had it.
So she must have been quite, I'm not being rude, but she must have been quite an affluent lady.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
she must have
So
had...
great-grandpa was a very astute businessman.
All
So
right.
yeah, he didn't do too badly.
Well, let's hope I'm an astute
Wow.
businessman.
Wonderful workmanship.
Beautiful thing.
How fashionable or unfashionable is a brooch?
Unfortunately, at this point in time, it is unfashionable, but that almost transcends it in the respect that it's in platinum, 21 big diamonds. I've had a look at it. I suspect there's probably somewhere between 4 and 5 carats in there, so you've got to say it's worth a minimum of X. Worst way.
When are you going to start with your estimate?
Well, looking at it, I think we said somewhere in the region of £1,500 to £2,000. The stones themselves look quite nice. There's not many inclusions in them. Quality is good. There's a lot for your money. It must be £1,500 worst way.
We've got a man here who knows his jewellery. He needs sometimes a little bit of a push to get the wallet open, but he's a decent buyer. Now, what's he going to put on the table?
Right, money. Now, be gentle with
Okay.
me, Chris. Right, 50.
Oh no.
I was only joking then. I was only joking. 100. 150. 2. 250. 3. 350. 4. 450. 5. 550. 6. 650. 7. 750. Oh, that's the key for me. 8. 850. 9. 950. 10. £1,000.
It's worth more than that, I'm afraid.
1350. £1,400, Chris.
£1,400, just below the lower estimate.
Well, it's creeping up. It's not a bad offer. I'd like to think in Regency Cheltenham we'd have a chance to just get perhaps a little more.
OK, you've heard what the auctioneer says. Regency, Cheltenham, posh part of the country, you know. They think they would get more, and I think he's right. I need to get in there and tell our seller there's not enough money on the table. Christopher, I think it's important that I come in at this stage because there's a lot of money on the table. It's very tempting. So let me tell you what the independent valuers say and what the auctioneers say. They're very much in unison on this. They're all saying £1,500 to £2,000. And I think if we probably thought somewhere around a mid-estimate, we'd perhaps be getting there. He wants to buy it. I can see that sparkle in his eye.
It's the reflection off the diamonds, David.
He's a canny buyer, but he's a good buyer. We need to lean on our dealer a little bit more for some more money.
Thank you, David.
So what did you think to that, Chris?
That sounds fair, but...
fair for you. Right.
In which case, we need to see some more money on the table.
1,500.
Well, I think going by what David said, I still need more on the table.
Right, are you ready for this? Are you ready? 1550, 16, 1650, and then that is me out.
Can we see another 50?
I knew you were gonna. What did I say to you? I said, that's it, that's it.
Well,
is that your 50. Sister there?
That is, yeah.
She's been telling me I can take the money, Chris. That's what she's been saying.
I think another 50, and I'll happily shake your hand.
Are you sure?
Indeed.
Are you sure as well? Right. You have worn me out. Absolutely worn me out. Diamond ring.
Yeah.
So why are you selling this? Aren't diamonds a girl's best friend?
It's not really my style.
No, I didn't want to say that, because you wouldn't be selling that, would you, if it was a solitaire?
Well, maybe not.
Maybe not, maybe not. Now, how did you acquire this cafe?
It was my grandmother's. She was Norwegian.
Oh,
so
really?
I think it's made in Norway. I'm not sure.
Well, it's 585, which is 14 karat gold.
Yeah.
And then it says inside it, in the shank, 50, which means that there's 50 points of diamonds in there, so half a carat. So
okay.
The central stone will probably be 20 points, and then the other stones are made up, you know, to make it up. White gold, it's not terribly old. I would think it's sort of like 1960s, that sort of period, maybe right. 1970s. The only thing is with it, and you know this, and this is why you're selling it, is it's clustering.
Yeah.
They're notoriously difficult to sell because they're sort of not in vogue, really.
Okay.
So I am bearing that in mind, you know.
Okay.
So I'm going to get some money out.
Okay.
Feel free to say no at any time. Okay. Oh, yes. 50. £100.
Okay. I was hoping for a bit more than that.
120, Catherine.
What do you think, girls?
Oh, these two are you?
Yeah.
Which one's yours?
The one in blue.
Do you not want this ring? No, not really. What do you think? What's your name? Lily. Is that your friend? What's your name? Olivia, that's a nice name. Do you think she should take the money, Olivia? Yeah.
No, I think I should get a bit more.
So they think that you should get a bit more for this cafe. You think that you should get
They're
a bit
the
more,
experts,
then.
so...
Right, right.
Just hoping for a bit more. What do you think, girls?
200.
200? No.
I think that might be pushing it a
I think
bit.
you're pushing it there. Right. This is the deal.
Okay.
140 for Mum.
Okay.
And for your two little helpers, Lily and Olivia, 5 for you. 5 for you.
Thank you.
Have we got a deal?
Yeah, I think we've got a deal. We got a deal, girls?
Deal. Yep.
Deal. Shake my hand.
Deal.
Thank you, Olivia. Thank you, Lily.
Thank
So,
you.
what are you going to spend that on?
Ears pierced.
Ears pierced? Gosh. She's going to go a long way, that girl. Hello, Maria.
Hello, Tim.
Nice to meet you. Nice to smile. You know what's coming, don't you? You're going to get lots of money.
Yes, I am, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
You're the man to talk to, apparently.
I am the man to talk to. I know all about this. Now, when did you go to South Africa then?
I didn't.
You didn't?
And I've never been.
You've never been, but you've got all these Krugerrands.
My father bought them in the late 70s as gifts for my mother. We decided that now was a good time to sell.
Yeah, well, it's a very, very good time to sell. This coin is 22 carat gold, as are all these. The mounts on them are 9 carat gold. And other than that, there's not a great deal I can tell you about them, only to say that there's a lot of money there.
Yes.
You want me to get my money out?
Get your money out,
right.
yes.
So you're ready for this, Maria?
I am, yes.
Right. 100. 200. 300. 400. 500. 600. 700. 800. 900. £1,000. Right. Do you want a bit here? Do you want a little bit of...
There's a bit bare, isn't it?
A bit bare there, right, OK. So we've got £1,000 there. Right. 50. Do you want me to make a nice shape for you?
Whatever pleases you.
I'm here to please you, Maria.
Well, I'll let you know when you have.
Right. 9. One here. £2,000. Haven't finished yet. 2, 1. 2, 2. 2, 3. We'll say something to me,
I'm not
Maria.
excited
Talk
yet.
to me, Maria.
I'm not excited yet.
£2,300 and you're not excited?
No.
I don't believe you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 4.
The Goldfinger, eh? Well, let me tell you what the independent valuers say. They're saying kind of 2425 in that kind of region, but the scrap is 2,850. Whoever buys this is going to want to make a profit out of the 2,850. The question is, are you going to do better today in cash, sure, or will you get that bit more by going to auction? Here's a man who, apart from being one of our valued dealers, does do a lot of business in gold. Can you make sure to seal this deal by putting a little bit more?
I would like to, for this outlay, David, of my money, I'd like to make £300 on it.
I'm going to walk away at that and I'm going to say that does not sound greedy to me.
No, it doesn't, no.
So I'm going to say to you, I think it's a good deal.
So if I give you another £150...
We will have a deal.
We'll have a deal. Right, 20, 40, Wait a minute now. I'm running out of money here, Maria. 60, 80, 100, 2,500, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and £50. Have we got a deal, Maria?
We do have a deal, Tim.
Thank you very, very much. And what are you going to spend the money on?
Nothing very exciting. It's going to go towards a boiler for my mum. She needs a new boiler.
Well, it was a hot deal, wasn't it, really? Thank you, Maria.
Thank you.